Duane Eddy is our guest this morning. Corning native, of course, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member. I keep mentioning the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What was that like for you, being in the class? Elton John, John Lennon, Bob Marley, Grateful Dead. It had to be quite an honor to be in the Hall of Fame.
It was. It was really. They threatened to put me. I was nominated several times before they finally just called up and said, "Come on up, we're putting you in."
Yeah.
And of course, Bob Marley or John Lennon, neither one were there. And John Fogerty was supposed to induct me because he's a big fan. Oh. But a couple of days, and who was it? A singer, Jeff Beck, inducted. I can't remember his name right now. It's a huge artist. But he was going in, and Jeff Beck played with him, so he inducted him. And Fogerty was supposed to induct me, but he and Rod Stewart, that's who it was.
Okay.
And Rod was going in, but he and Rod both lived out on Mulholland Drive in California, and 2 days before the event in New York, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they had a huge earthquake, and both their houses slid down the hill. And so they didn't, nobody got hurt. John said, I woke up and I realized it's an earthquake. What do I do? Oh, the kids. The kids. And he said, I got them and my wife and ran out and watched the house just kind of slide down several feet down the hill. And Rod, the same thing, I guess, further down the mountain. And his house, suffered damage. So they both checked into the Bel Air Hotel and stayed there, and they didn't fly back to New York. They stayed with their family because it was so traumatic and for the families.
Sure.
And so Mick Jones, a foreigner, inducted me.
Okay.
And that was nice. I played my song, made my little speech, and looked down, and there's John F. Kennedy Jr. sitting there, and looking amazingly handsome. And Paul McCartney and Linda were there, and Chuck Berry was sitting right.
Oh, wow.
And Dion of the Belmonts, and I sat next to Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton, and I just saw everybody I knew practically, for my old buddies and people from my era on up to the 90s, and it was pretty exciting.